Yo, what is going on my YouTube people? 29 United back here with another video, and in today's video I will be talking about something that I wanted to do for a very long time, and it has been in the works for a very long time. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about what the media didn't tell you about Iran's 2018 FIFA World Cup run. Now, before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I am very close to 3,000 subscribers. Follow me on Twitter, join me on Discord, follow my Instagram. All of the links will be down in the description for you guys to check out. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, with the 2018 FIFA World Cup coming along, there was a lot of big teams that did not make that World Cup, notably the Netherlands, notably Italy, Chile, and the United States of America. But yeah, we're not going to talk about that. As for Iran, this is a story of a team that went against all odds and never really lost hope throughout the whole campaign. You got to realize with Iran, it's a little different compared to all other countries around the world because Iran are hit hard with sanctions, but we're going to get into that in the video. Right from the get-go, Iran were immediately drawn in the group of death, as everyone said. We were drawn alongside Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. So three very, very good teams, Morocco being one of the, if not the best African team at that time. Portugal, the winners of the 2016 Euros, and Spain, which are just always solid no matter where they go. Before the tournament, many countries refused to play Iran in friendlies. Obviously, these were due to political issues, and that's what I'm going to talk about, sanctions and all that. So before the World Cup, obviously we had some friendlies against some countries around the world. Some of them were great opponents, such as Tunisia, Algeria, and Turkey. We lost against Tunisia. We won against a stacked Algeria team 2-1, and then we lost to Turkey as well in just right before the World Cup. And realistically, you got to realize that most of the time, however, Iran plays against teams like, now again, no disrespect to these countries, but you got to realize it's just not good enough as a preparation. We played teams like Sierra Leone, we played against teams like Uzbekistan. Literally, we've played Uzbekistan probably about 1 million times. We played against Lithuania as well. So these countries, as good as they are in their own respective matters, are just not a good enough challenge for Iran for the World Cup. Now, coming into the World Cup, Iran was left with no kit suppliers before it. So basically how it worked is we were under contract with Adidas. However, it wasn't Adidas that were necessarily making our kits. We just had the Adidas logo on our kits, but they didn't make any. Iranian players had to buy the kits themselves with their names on the back. Also, Nike refused to supply the Iranian national players with boots because of US sanctions. So it's just very embarrassing, to be honest, to do something like that. It's football, okay? No one cares about the US sanctions in that case. People are trying to play football. It's before a World Cup. And I think it's sad that they've done it right before the Moroccan game. So come to the Morocco game, Iran won 1-0 thanks to a Aziz Bouhadou's own goal. I'm sure that was a very dark moment for the Moroccans, but it happens in football. So Iran scored a goal versus Morocco in the dying minutes to win their second ever game at a FIFA World Cup. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know, this was our second ever win at a FIFA World Cup after beating the United States 2-1 in 1998. So after that historical 1-0 win against Morocco, thousands of Iranians went on social media to mock Nike on Instagram and all that, and that caused a very big uproar in Iranian media. But again, outdoor media, US, UK, none of them said a single word about it. So the mocking was essentially us Iranians telling Nike that we did it without them. So fast forward a few days later versus Spain, we played against them, and Diego Costa scored a goal, and that was enough to give him the win. But millions of Iranian hearts were shattered when Saeed Izzatullahi's goal was deemed offside. It was offside. If you look at the celebrations, the Iranians were going crazy after scoring a goal against Spain, and that's just how much football means to us. But at that point, though, you would think maybe Iran is out from the group stage. Well, not. We were far from out. Portugal's win versus Morocco meant that all Iran needed to do was to win against Portugal, and Morocco had to get a positive result versus Spain. So what happened is Ricardo Quaresma scored one of the best goals of the whole campaign, if I'm being honest. It was a brilliant goal. Even as an Iranian, a lot of people are going to be biased. It was a fantastic goal. One of the best goals in the campaign, by far. A good goal by Ricardo Quaresma. He's known for scoring those type of goals anyways. But then Portugal were giving a penalty after a call, and it was Ronaldo versus Alireza Beranvan. Alireza Beranvan trumped Cristiano Ronaldo. He saved the penalty, and Iran was still in it. And from that moment on, I think every one of us said, wow, we might have a chance. We need to get something here. After a few moments, Cristiano Ronaldo, clearly frustrated, elbowed Iranian defender Morteza Pouraliganji. And now from that moment on, I think a lot of people were like, whoa, we're going to calm down here. Because that, in my opinion, was a red card. But he definitely should have been sent off for an elbow foul instead of escaping with a yellow card. Now, here's where my issue lied again. You've got a big player like Ronaldo, arguably the biggest player in the world, however you want to think about it, and he does something like that. It really does make you think. If this was anyone else but Cristiano Ronaldo, or not a big name, let's say if this was out of that Portuguese team, what if it was Ricardo Quaresma who did that? I personally think he would have gone sent off. I think the referee didn't give a red card to Ronaldo simply because it was Cristiano Ronaldo. It was too big for him to do that, and that's terrible. Anyways, the game still wasn't done by that point, and Iran were then given a penalty in return for a handball, in which Karim Ansari Fad scored to tie the game. Iran still had hope. Then, the darkest moment in our history, football history, happened the same night against Portugal in the dying minutes when Mehdi Taremi had a golden chance to eliminate Portugal to give Iran its first ever group stage berth, but he missed it. It was heartbreak for Iran and for thousands of Iranians, millions of Iranians around the globe, because we gave everything we had. It was it. Our World Cup campaign was over, and it was sad because could you have imagined if that Taremi goal went in? Man, it would have been crazy. We would have been first in the group. We would have topped the group if that happened. We didn't have Cristiano Ronaldo. We didn't have Iniesta. We didn't have a Hakim Ziyech. We didn't have those type of players. What we had was hope. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. As I said, I'm very close to 3,000 subscribers. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Join the Discord. All the links will be down in the description. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Damn, I'm on red alert. Else you went up in the dirt, man. I don't wanna